Listen to the radio.
What, Harry?
Enjoying many tunes playing gently in the background.
I know, that was a very gentle introduction.
It was really, wasn't it? It's all actually down to the fact that young Harry's in a state of turmoil.
And why is that particularly?
Well, if you've been following the old social telegraph,
yeah.
Twitter and what's the other thing, My Face or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I've got a fez. My fez has turned up. All this time I've been waiting so long for the fez.
Here we go. Do you know, it only turned up yesterday and I'm just fed up with it.
Yeah, but don't fear not, because I'm going to explain to the wonderful Anna Nightingale all about fezzes. She's come all the way from Windsor to hear about fezzes. So what-o, Anna?
What-o? Brace yourself. You're in for Harry's ear bashing on his brand new fez.
Oh, I can't wait.
Luckily, he didn't wear it in the studio. I thought you were.
I was going to wear it, but I didn't. I can't.
Your headphones wouldn't fit over the top, would they?
No. But I thought we might have a fez moment later on.
Oh, I hope so. I'd like to see it.
I'd like to see how you're going to manage that.
Well, it's we're going to have to play a track because we've got a lot of music to get through. But I've got some amazing fez facts for our listeners.
Really? But you're going to save them till later, aren't you?
I am, because who've we got?
Store up the tension. Sorry.
Who've we got?
Oh,
number 2 on the script.
What, who've we got? Who are we playing next?
Yes.
Oh, when you say who've we got Anna Nightingale in the studio. That's who we've got.
I just ain't got nobody. I mean, who is?
Oh, but it's by Chick Webb and his little chicks.
What ho?
Tweet, tweet.
That was very gentle, wasn't it? Didn't realise it was an instrumental.
Yeah, Mr. Chick, whatever his name is, Chick Webb. He had a bit of a sore throat.
So he decided I was sitting here thinking he's going to start singing in a minute. No. He's going to start singing in a minute. Clearly not.
No. Anyway, we're going to go to the wonderful Anna Nightingale in a second, but we have to quickly play our third disc, which is always a V disc, and the V disc were the discs recorded by the stars during the Second World War, the 1940s, and sent out to the troops to raise morale. And the reason why this is an extra special day, do you know what was happening this moment in history in 1942?
Do you know, I'm sure you told me, but it's gone straight out of my head again. Go on.
President Roosevelt met Prime Minister Churchill in Casablanca at this very moment. Oh. And to celebrate, I put on my head for the first time ever a fez.
Wow. I think this
smooth.
Whole show
that was very smooth.
Riddled with references to your fez.
Yeah, they met there, because if you see the film Casablanca with Humphrey, one of the chaps in there, doesn't he? He wears a fez. The guy who buys the nightclub off him has a fez.
Yeah.
See, well, Casablanca, Prime Minister Churchill there.
Are you going to explain to our listener what's so special about your fez? Because it's not your...
It's my fez.
No. It's not your run-of-the-mill red fez with a little black tassel, is it?
Well, it is a run-of-the-mill fez with black tassel, but it also has written on the front...
It's not, because it's...
Sons of the Desert.
Which, if you recall, was a Laurel and Hardy film. And they were in a lodge.
That wore fezzes. Once you make the solemn promise, you shall never break it.
And they had on their
masonry
fez.
Lodge.
It was like a sort of spin-off type. Yeah,
okay.
Of the lodge. And on their fezzes was written Sons of the Desert with a little ray of sunshine. But Harry didn't go for any old tassel. He went for the matching, because it's in gold braid, isn't it? Hand braided. And it has the gold tassel. And what made me chuckle is you get an air vent on the top of your fez.
Oh, yeah.
But Harry really lashed out the money and he went for a secondary air vent as recommended.
This is handmade in the US of A.
Yes, which Harry decided he wanted for Christmas the night before. So we were laughing because twas the night before Christmas, when he decided what he really wanted for Christmas was this particular fez.
And someone didn't buy me it for Christmas.
No, I made it very clear there was no way that was coming from America the day before Christmas.
No, it wouldn't have arrived, would it?
No, so you'd have been very disappointed.
Father Christmas can do anything. I tell my children this, he gets all around the world. And if that's not only, when the fez turned up, I got my eldest son on the... we've got a phone that's got a camera thing in it, and all this new technology stuff. And he filmed with the opening of the box for the first time, the gentle peeling it back, pulling it out. And I'm thinking I might put that on. That should be a YouTube moment.
Are you going to include the bit where his hand came over because he was getting too excited because you were really rolling it out, and you sort of said, "No, Daddy's undoing the box," because it was Daddy's big moment for undoing the furs.
Oh, God.
I know, it was a bit...
Anyway, third disc in is our V disc, and we've got a guy called Charlie Bennett in his orchestra, and this is the scare.
Barnett.
Is it?
Yeah. Charlie Barnett in his orchestra.
Charlie Barnett is a guy in the tube. Now, American friends won't know what that means, will they?
No.
The tube is a slang term in Britain meaning the underground or the metro railway.
Well, the subway.
Subway. I'm glad you've been to America. You know these things. Anyway, and when we get back, we'll be having a good old chat with Anna.
What ho?
So we're joined in the studio by Anna Nightingale, and just to give our listeners a little bit of a background to Anna, I'll read a bit of your bio, if that's all right. It says, Anna Nightingale is a fun and talented solo artist who brings energy and a sense of occasion to any event. She sings jazz and blues from the 40s, covers of such great ladies as Ella Fitzgerald, Peggy Lee, Nina Simone, and many more, to current charts: Adele, Lady Gaga, Madonna, and Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
So a huge vocal range.
Yeah. Well, I sing what I like.
Yeah.
And it keeps me interested as well, because I think there's nothing worse than going and seeing an artist and they're doing the same set that they were doing 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It must be terribly boring for them.
Yeah.
And it's dreadfully boring for the audience if they don't realise that.
And it must give that artist a very limited appeal, because if you've booked them once and you've heard that, then you're not really going to want to, I'm assuming, necessarily hear the same thing over and over again, as you say. But I'm just, has music always been in your life, being a singer, or is it something you kind of got into as career progressed, or did you sort of have a change of direction and follow a path?
Yeah, kind of. When I was younger, I was in a choir, school choir, church choir, and it was something that I really wanted to do, but I didn't have the confidence to do it. Same old story, I think. And then when I met my husband and had children, everything got forgotten, and we moved to Spain. We lived in Spain for just over 6 years, and I was in a karaoke bar and I got spotted.
Right.
And the reason that we were there was because singing is good for children and it gives them confidence.
Yeah.
And our kids were going through a bit of a confidence crisis at the time. And they said they would only sing if we sang.
Right.
So we turned it into a bit of a family affair, and we were being called the Von Trapps and all this kind of stuff. And some guy came up to my husband and asked if I was a professional singer.
Yeah.
And at that stage, I wasn't. I was just doing it for fun. And that's how it all started, really. So it's quite recent. That was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've now got the confidence to sing in public that I didn't have before. And I love it, absolutely love it. And it's my full-time job. I gave up work to do it because I can actually make full-time money doing it.
Yeah.
And I keep having to pinch myself.
Oh.
I can't believe quite that I'm doing this.
So how did you go from when this chap spotted you? Did that progress into anything?
Yeah, he was a professional singer, had been for a long, long time, had just moved to the area and wanted to start a business in the area. And he asked me to sing with him to begin with. I was already part of a band. I play keyboards.
Okay.
But I was already part of a band and I was in the background doing backing vocals. I wasn't actually the singer of the band.
Yeah.
So I was quite used to being on stage and performing, but I used to hide behind everybody else. So I worked with him for a little while, and it didn't work out for personality reasons. But we're still in touch, and I still see him from time to time, and because we go back to Spain quite frequently.
Yeah.
And people said to me when we were doing our gigs, they would say to me, "You don't need anybody else. You can do this on your own." And at the time, I just thought they'd be nice. And,
Yeah.
As people are.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
genuinely very nice
Yeah.
and very supportive. And I thought, OK, fair enough, you know. And then when we had this kind of big thing that I decided I didn't want to work with him anymore, which I might go into, everyone said to me, "Oh, we couldn't tell you. We didn't know how to tell you, but we're so glad you've gone."
Wow, so it was meant to happen.
It was meant to be, yeah. It really, really was, and kind of, it all went from there.
So when he sort of approached you and sort of said, "Do you do this professionally?" Was there a feeling of, "What do you want?" You know, that it wasn't quite serious, or maybe he was. You know, did you ever doubt what he was able to achieve with you, or that you would be able to go on and sort of sing and perform with him, and that it was genuine?
I take everything as it comes on face value, and I didn't consider that it might be a wind-up or anything else. No, I just thought, well, I'm going to go and find out.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, people open doors all the time, and it's up to you whether you want to go through them.
Yeah.
And I go through every door I can. Yeah. And if it's the wrong door, then you choose another door, don't you?
Absolutely,
so I just thought I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, it's cost me a little bit of time and a little bit of petrol money and maybe a little bit of disappointment, but it's worth it.
So what was your first gig together?
The very first one we did was a friend of a friend's. Her daughter was 18 and she was having a party, and instead of having a disco, which she thought was a bit passé, she wanted something a bit different. And we did, not vintage music, but we did kind of 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
He was a really good Rod Stewart, Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Not impersonator, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, just
but
vocally.
he had that gravelly, deep voice, and he could do cracking Rod Stewart and really good Neil Diamond. So we kind of kept that era and did Sonny and Cher and a few Rat Pack songs, but that kind, you know, UB40. Yeah. And I sang backing to him, and then we did duets, and he sang backing for me, and worked it that way. And that was our very first gig, and it was really nerve-wracking.
Was there a point when you walked out on stage and just thought, "Oh goodness, what am I doing?"
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How did you get over that? Did you just sort of plunge in feet first, or did you have to sort of psych yourself up?
Yeah, you have to psych yourself up, don't you? It's like any big moment in your life, and you've had kids, so you know. You go into have a baby, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" But at the end of it, you've got to go through it. At the end of it, you're going to have a lovely baby. So I was thinking, I'm going to get through this, whatever happens, and that when I come out the other side, I'll still be the same person, and I'll have this extra experience. That's the way I looked at it. Yeah. Whether it's a good one or a bad one, I'll learn from it. Yeah.
Because everybody has to have that first experience, don't they? Whatever field you go into, you have to get through that first experience.
The gin helped.
Yeah. Did it help your voice?
The gin and tonic? No, I don't drink anymore when I'm performing now. No, because it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
People think it's a bit of a myth, but it's not. It's really very... So I do a lot of talk, so I have to make sure I look after my voice. But it's very true what people say, that have to look after your voice. But we'll come back and talk to Anna again in a few minutes.
What ho?
I was boring young Edna having to listen to the World Service one evening.
Every evening.
The BBC. Okay. And they had a chap called Grayson Perry, the artist, on there, and he was saying the very same thing you were saying about you must always take, because somebody asked him how do you get to be because he's a successful artist, so how do you get to be successful in the way that you can, I suppose like most people, do what you love as your career. And he was saying take every opportunity. You may just be a small exhibition, because he's doing obviously doing art and saying, but you never know what will lead to what.
Exactly.
So I was thinking that. So I thought you and Grayson are akin.
But it's a very good kind of mantra, isn't it, to take and seize every opportunity? Because what do you say, Harry? Your mantra is preparation. There's something.
It's my mum.
Is it?
It's my mother's.
Is it? Oh, I thought that was yours.
No, she was saying you make your own luck, and that's. And it was, I think it was, she also said make your own luck, and I think it was a chap called, he's an entrepreneur in this country, Stelios. We used to run airlines, he used to be part of the Easy Empire. I don't know if he's in the States. And he said luck was opportunity meeting preparation.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
But I thought it sums up, you've got to be, so when the opportunity comes, you've got to be ready to grab it straight away. So you've got to have all your, your backing tracks ready, you've got to be ready to, not to say, I can't do it because...
No, exactly. Always carry your iPod, although I haven't got it with me now. But people say to me, oh, you're lucky, but the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I think it's a combination of...
I think luck is opportunity that you've taken.
It is opportunity, yeah.
Anyway, if you want to join in this debate, you can, because we do this all on... We embrace the social media. It's hashtag Harry and Edna on Twitter, or at Harry and Edna, or you can get us on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/Harry and Edna on the wireless, all in one go. And you can hear the shows. So if you want to be inspired by Anna, you can. It's harryandedna.co.uk, and click on the tab that says wireless. And we're going to embrace social media a bit more, because I think we should put the opening of the Fez on YouTube.
Really? Really? Yes. Can you edit it down? Because, it gets boring after about 10 minutes.
What are the Fez opening?
10 minutes to open the box.
Yeah. No wonder our son was getting frustrated. Just open the box, Daddy.
I think it was great. I wore it most of the night, and then while we were propped up listening to the wireless, I still had it on my head.
It's like unwrapping a chocolate bar, isn't it?
It is. And just indulging.
Yeah.
And
anticipation.
Then Harry said, how am I going to store my Fez? And we found that your bedside lamp is the right sort of head shape to sit that hat on.
So I don't want it to lose its shape, it has to be...
Yeah. And then we thought, better make sure you don't switch the light on half asleep in the middle of the night and then singe your Fez.
Are they made out of the same stuff? Because they have got similar shapes, haven't they, for bedside lamps and Fez?
Yeah, well, ours is a Tiffany lamp, so... No, that's glass.
Oh, right, okay, no, you can't do that.
Get very hot very quickly.
Anyway, I better play a track. It's Put It There by the McKinney Cotton Pickers.
What ho?
Sorry, I know, it just made you laugh at completely the wrong moment.
Oh, you're going to have to tell me that story.
I will.
Off air.
Our diverse career. So that leads me nicely into diverse careers. And we were talking about how you got into singing and where that led you. When you decided then to sort of go solo, did you pick up on a particular style or era? Was there something, I guess because the world was your oyster at that point, did you then sort of say, actually, I really want to go down this road?
Again, it was another door that opened, and I was borrowing a friend's equipment because I didn't have any of my own, and I really like all the Frank Sinatra, Rat Pack style songs, and that's what my friend was into. So he helped me, and he had all the backing tracks.
Oh wow!
And the words.
Yeah.
And he said to me, I'll come out with you, and we can help each other and support each other. And I got a phone call from a German chap called Romy Baker, and he used to play with Count Basie. He's a trumpet player. Ooh. And he's still got, I think, in Spain, this orchestra called the Romy Baker Orchestra, and everyone used to call it the Ronnie Barker Orchestra.
So this was whilst you were still in Spain?
While I was in Spain, and this was a Glenn Miller style orchestra, and it was made up of Spanish, German, English, and the odd French and Italian sort of, but they're not very... they weren't regulars, let's say.
Yeah.